I wanted to really speak. On something. I just saw a clip of Donald Trump speaking, and I reviled the Trump in quite a number of ways. But in this particular case, unfortunately, he spoke a truth. He said that Hillary Rodham Clinton at this point is so protected that she could go into an arena with a large number of people in it and shoot someone straight in the heart and then walk away without being arrested. I hate to really say this, but I really believe that that is completely and utterly true at this point. Hillary has gotten away with treason so far. On the basis of, in essence, she's above the law as an excuse, which is to say people like her would not be able to get prosecuted. And when you think about it, how many people on the planet are fall into the category of people like her in terms of standing? There aren't many on the planet. They just don't exist. She's clearly, physically, from what I've seen, sick. Okay, be it Parkinson's, be it brain hemorrhaging, be it strokes, whatever. The woman is seriously physically sick. Okay. Mentally, either she's completely evil and a pathological liar, or she's too brain damaged to function as a possible president. And either one of those things would automatically disqualify anyone else from holding any kind of office. Now, again, if she were just a monarch, then she wouldn't necessarily be demanded that she renounce the throne, but people would be able to put the balances in there to make sure that she didn't actually do anything damaging. But as it is, people are just claiming that this is a lie and therefore she's fine. Some, right-wing conspiracy. So, and this gets back to the concept of we live in a society where there are different rules for different people, different levels of authority. Saw that definitely when I was in the shelter system, that the person that was running it walked away with millions of dollars, and I'm pretty sure that he's still running the place as the executive director of the shelter after he stole, again, a whole lot of money that was entrusted to him by the residents of the shelter in the safe that really only him and I think actually it was only him, maybe one or two other people had access to, and therefore he's clearly the person who stole it. But he's never going. But again, I highly question whether he's ever going to jail. He might one day, but it might actually be the fact that he's a drug addict that's going to kill him first before anyone actually prosecutes him fully. But he's small scale, and yet he's getting away with it. So we have, therefore, and again, these are two ends of the spectrum, and the shelter system was able to, and this is one of the reasons that they nearly killed me and my husband several times over, is that they were violating the laws and their own rules regarding ADA, regarding reasonable accommodations, regarding their own written policies about dietary accommodations. But we didn't have the money and the strength to go after them in terms of lawyers, because we were fighting too many battles at once. Because again, it takes a lot of effort, and sometimes it's less effort to get around the problems than to go after and prosecute the offender for causing the problems. And this is what I've encountered a great deal of so far in my life, is that it's harder to get someone to help you fix something than it is to just plow through it yourself. So you just do it. You know it's wrong, you know that you shouldn't have to do it, you know that you shouldn't be suffering so long, but you just do it anyway, because you know it's a simpler route. It's a physically easier route. So you just get it done. And therefore, unfortunately, my thing in terms of whomever becomes president, we as a country have to basically do the same thing. And the same thing with more local elected officials. We and police departments across the country. We have to just go in there. We shouldn't be asking anymore necessarily for help from people that we know won't help us. We should just be getting out there and doing it. Getting out there, volunteering, becoming a police officer when you see that there's a corrupt department. You know, with a couple of friends. You know, grabbing a bunch of friends that are like, I'm sick of this police force. It's corrupt as hell. Let's go and become the police. You know, fighting if you really can find a group of people that are committed to it, go do it. Okay. Or another option in terms of police is, as opposed to joining the police department, is form a community watch team in your community. You know, and take care of your neighborhood yourselves. That's another real option. And in terms of fixing local voting machines that are corrupt, guess what? If you could pull together the money, then I'm sure there are ways that you can say to them, look, let's change out this voting machine. Here's it for free. Here's a donation. And if you if you get a petition together, plus the money together and therefore hand them new voting machines, you will suddenly find that now you have brand new voting machines that will properly count the votes. And if things like that finally get running nationwide, bit by bit, of people, in essence, stop asking for people that you know are corrupt to help you, I truly believe that we can indeed rebuild this country bit by bit. Because, yeah, right now, again, getting back to the original point, HRC can walk into that building. By the same token, just as she can do that, he can, you know, go into any place that he wants and rape some girl, and he won't get prosecuted for it either. And he could commit any kind of embezzlement scheme that he wants and money laundering thing, and again, he's not going to get arrested for it. He's going to say, oh, he's at it again. And again, he's a thug and he could be fought off, but at the end of the day, so I'm not claiming that he's much better candidate, but they're both above the law and have been acting like it for a while. But yeah, he's a small town thug, and you know, she's a career criminal on the highest order. So again, yes, it is possible to fight this and win. I'm not so sure, though, that as much as I believe in our Voice Party, that it's going to just take 5-10 years. I'm not sure if it's 12 years. I'm not sure. This might take 20-30 years. But guess what? I'm not even 40 yet. So, I'm committed, okay? I am a lifelong activist. I started to do activist efforts in terms of getting petitions signed and stuff like that, or helping them get signed, when I was about 7 or 8. So now that I'm 32, this is a lifestyle choice in terms of an activist doing things. Whatever it takes. The biggest thing is it has to be moral, okay? With me, it has to be moral, it has to be ethical. Secondarily, nonviolence is always, to me, the option I will choose, okay? I know people say use of force, it's not me, okay? I'm not going to, at this point, though, say that it must be perfectly legal, because I've seen way too many things that are legal that are completely amoral. And if it's a choice between legal or moral, I'm going to go with moral, and I'm going to say to heck with the law. As long as, again, it doesn't physically hurt anyone. In the interim, I have no qualms with people hacking into the voting machines to shut them down, to make them stop working and therefore have to count all the ballots manually. Yep, that's technically illegal, but it sure as heck is not immoral. So I would actually, I'll say it outright. To me, if you want election integrity and you have any skill as a hacker, on election day in November, go out to as many polling locations as you can, hack the machines, and shut the damn things down. Because then, in those precincts, especially if you do it really early, there's a solid chance that at least the person that people voted for will actually win those precincts. And therefore, you just might help avoid the person that you personally don't want. Because 60% of the country hate both Hillary and Trump. I'm one of the 60%. So, again, currently we're in a country where laws definitely don't apply to everyone equally. Sometimes they don't apply to people at all in terms of how they're acting completely above the law. But that doesn't mean we can't fix all of this. But we need to act, and we need to stop spinning our wheels. Shalom.